Hello, audience. I am your GM today. Oh, what's my name? Gutierrez. I'm the Bardic Logs, and I'm bringing back my inner demons just like it's therapy. Yeah, but then again, they're my bounty hunters. And we at Bardic Logs welcome you to Deep-Rooted Troubles in the Swampy Swamp, Episode 4.
We were all screaming murder. Turns out no murder happened. It's just a calm, all peace lesson.
Yeah, you guys go to the town, you guys meet a little girl, you escort her to go save her kitty cat. Oh god, you murdered the cat.
Amleth?
Hey man, my animal handling is not my thing.
It's either gonna be Amleth or Gina who murders that cat.
I kill things, I don't save things. It's not even I don't even know what saving is. It's not a word in my vocabulary.
Fair enough. Alright, so we have a quick little recap since it has been a little bit. We have started on a new bounty towards the Choltian kind of swamps on the edge of like the Choltian Sea. It's still very dangerous, but not nearly as dangerous as Chol itself. You might see a few creatures of that area, like Grung or more tabaxi or like lizard folk kind of tendencies, but not to the 100%. With that, you have traveled with the 5th greatest bounty hunter, Birch Longroots, a treant bounty hunter who hunts, blighters and just corrupted officials, etc., etc. Corrupted, like, paladins, anyone who's turned away from the light, essentially. With that, you guys had a pretty interesting little time on the way here. Corvis got a really cool dagger, to which he used to hide him and Rocco while you guys watched an entire classic adventuring party get slaughtered by a mercenary group that uses letters as their names. So you don't actually know even the names of the people. But you do know is that the Dragonborn was able to probably see Corvis and Rocco, even though they were invisible, while Birch Longroots took Amleth and ran away. Besides that, you guys also really, really hated a gesture. Like, really, just did not like that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, alright. In general, fuck that guy. And after you guys have set up camp, you guys have talked to the guards, trained Xena a bit. You guys have gone and watched everything kind of get set up. And then Rocco decided to go with Birch to Roseway, the kind of hippy-dippy, nature vibe kind of logging town that's all about, like, proper reforestation and such. And then Amleth and Corvis has decided to go to the Underwoods, which is a little kind of tribal village on the edge of the swamp who has lots of guides and possible knowledge of the swamp itself. And with this, we'll start with Amleth and Corvis. So, if we go to our wonderful Roll20, you guys start traveling. And after, I would say, maybe hour and a half of travel, not too far. You guys didn't set up camp too terribly far from this place. You start to go amongst the actual swampy area, the land. You start to go over water, and it's every now and then you're having to trek and get mud on your boots, and every now and then Corvus, you'll even have to like just straight pick up Xena, as she is a puppy, and will probably just straight sink into the mud at sometimes. As the water and mud even goes up to like knee height at times. You guys are having to use branches to try to move around. You guys aren't really used to the swampy vibes. It's a lot of like kind of just mucking around in the muck. So eventually you guys start to see rope bridges and logs, and looks to be smokestacks coming up and rising, and you even hear a subtle tavern tune as you see an entire tavern suspended on the rope bridges. You see houses that like you even see what looks to be almost not like a bounty service, but like a quest board, like like a hey, I need help doing this kind of thing. And it looks to be like a full village just suspended by just mere vines and ropes. What are your guys' kind of initial thoughts?
So anyways, I say this out loud, continue our conversation. This is how I feel about peasants delivering me food.
Really?
Yeah, insane. Anyways, where the hell are we?
When the peasants, man, on their carriages, they don't even have horses half the time, so your gruel gets there cold.
It's so insane.
You know the king takes half the taxes? No.
Let's go to the tavern. We'd probably be able to find some information there pretty easily.
Yeah, most likely. That tends to be the places where most people hang out.
Oh,
Most
yeah.
information to be found.
There you go. So you guys are at the tavern. You guys go up the bridge, and you, with some creaking and cracking as the wood kind of suppresses from your weight, and you maybe even for half a second think like, oh god, maybe we're too heavy, and then just settles. And you're like, oh, okay. And as you're walking, every now and then there's like a subtle lull, almost like the sea itself with the waves kind of moving. The suspension lightly sways left and right. And at first you maybe kind of have to like grab the railing, be like, whoa, god, and especially you, Amleth, because you just maybe you're like kind of rushing forward a bit, and it catches you off guard as you're just walking with a very fast pace. You almost trip. You're like, whoa, a little sway. And then as you guys get to the tavern, you see that people, it's like a full tavern with violinists, and you see someone like a little drum doing a very kind of beat, and you see people dancing as if they're like with the sway, almost like a bit of a swing dance, kind of with the sway itself of the area. And other than that, you do see, as you walk into the tavern itself, it looks as if they have, it looks like they don't always do this, so like there's tables like actually put to the side, tilted up on their side, kind of tucked away, and the middle has been cleared out for like a dance floor, but the edges still has tables and plenty of stuff. You guys see what looks to be, people in light kind of leather armor on the left side. It's very minor, maybe like 6 of them. You might assume they're guards. You might assume they're, I don't know, some kind of armed. You definitely know there's some kind of armed, maybe warrior of some sort. Besides that, particularly, there are just a few pretty ladies, or men, I don't want to assume. But there are some very beautiful people there, and it looks to be some good drinks and good smelling food with pretty upbeat music.
Alright. So we should probably talk to the bartender first and see if he can point us out to anybody without raising.
That would be the best option.
Just go do it.
As you walk through, it's so crowded. It looks like almost everyone here in the village is in the tavern right now. You're like pushing, like, excuse me, dickhead. Oh my god. A guy steps on your foot. Almost like a bottle flies over your head. At one point, Amleth, you just sort of sock a guy in the gut and push him to the side. As if everyone's just being so rowdy and drunken, and it's just like a big old party. And as you get to the bar, the bartender's a little loud, so he kind of yells like, "Hey, can I help you?"
We're looking for some people. We're looking for some blights, especially this leader. Have you seen him?
Blights.
Or do you know anybody?
Let me see. Bricks. I've definitely heard of the contract being put out, but when I was looking at the quest bullets and such, but then it got taken down. Assume you must be the people who accepted it. No, I don't know anything about them inherently. But if you're gonna go through the swamp, we have some great guides. If you go over to our guide services on the southern, platform, so maybe I can offer you a good drink here, and you can stay the night, huh?
Are there any sort of traveling merchants or anything like that that go in and out of town between the swamp and here?
Yeah, if you go to the rightmost little tent there, it's under construction, but because of the tent and the way it's set up, it's still functional. It's a little market between us and Roseway and other little places that want to come through. It's a little thing we're setting up. So yeah, there's like one or two little maybe merchants you can find in there.
And you don't know anybody in this room currently that knows anything about the Blights, or might know something about the Blights.
Like inherently, not like expert, or maybe they ran into them personally. No, but I suppose maybe he points to those humanoids in the leather armor. Well, if you want to talk to the gods, they're over there. Maybe they might have seen or heard anything. Maybe that gentleman on the dance floor, and there's a guy. Looks to be a really, really like stubby dwarf breakdancing somehow, and it involves less of him fluidly moving between the moves and kind of like hopping between them with his short little stubby arms and stuff. And that gentleman right there, he's well, I know he may not look it with the stubby arms and his height. He seems to be the shortest of the dwarves, right? But hey, here's the thing: that man knows his way around this land, around this Choltian area. He's from Cholt himself, so he kind of travels back and forth and hangs out with people, protects people, accepts quests, escorts merchants, etc. He kind of looks around. Maybe if you slide a little tip on over to your bartender for the information, maybe I can give you information on what kind of drink he likes.
Depends what kind of tip that you need, honestly.
Oh, nothing. You would never want to be over generous when it comes to a tip. Oh, only a 1 or 2 copper as a good 10% tip. Did you hear, by the way, that they have this peasant dashing service coming from the capital?
Don't get me started on that.
God damn it!
Alright, well, here's this. I hit him 1 gold piece.
His eyes kind of like light up. Oh. He hands each of you a drink. Instead of just giving you like 1 for the guy, that's like his favorite drink, he hands each of you 1 of the guy's favorite drink, plus an extra for him. He's like, yeah, here's 3 drinks on my house. Go ahead. The man's name is, well, he goes by the name Rocky, like the Rocky Alps. Here's the thing, though. Don't ask his last name. I'm just gonna say that right now. Very particular about his family heritage. Don't get into it. Focus on your task.
Thanks for the info. And by the way, this gold piece, it stays between us. Got it?
Gives a wink. What gold piece?
Oh, not the gold piece, the info.
Oh, the info, yeah. Yeah, he gives you the wink. Yeah, what info? Wink, wink. Like, it's like a very obvious, like, almost like over-exaggerated wink.
We turn away from anybody, and I just whisper to Corvis, if I don't burn this town by the end of the night, I swear to God. Alright. So, one of us is going to talk to Rocky, the other one's going to go talk to guards, get some info. What do you want to do?
It'd probably be best for me to talk to the gods.
Yeah, I'll talk to Rocky.
Alright. Corvis is going to be easier to get to the actual guards, because they're just sitting there, singing a bit of a song. As you get closer, you can kind of start to hear it. It's got kind of a upbeat, almost borderline sailor song type vibe to it, like Johnny was a boy, he went inland and found himself a girl, hey girl, that kind of stuff, right? And they're kind of just like singing to themselves, very jolly. Well, Amleth, you walk up and you're about to like, hey Rocky, and then all of a sudden your sound goes, hey Rocky, I bet I can out breakdance you, and it's like another breakdance competition gets up and you have to wait a second. But Corvis, you walk up, and when the guards kind of like eyes you up as you're walking up, just kind of gives you the upwards nod of the head.
Corvis nods back and then takes a seat.
A little shocked by the seat taken, but one of them appears to be almost like impressed by the confidence.
So I heard you all are the gods of this town.
Yeah, like all very, very drunk at this point. Yeah, man, we protect the town.
If you protect the town, then you probably have seen some things out in the swamp.
Oh yeah, I've seen a thing or two in the swamp. Yeah, you're go, Rocco. Yeah, I've seen a thing or two. Let me see. I heard you was grung, and I saw this guy bring a head of a grung back once. Massive fucking like poisonous frog, and they love to set traps. He told me, if it looks like there's nothing there, it's a grung trap. But he like starts to get distracted and munches on like some like potato that's beneath him. Oh, on a plate. Like, are you wanting to know about anyone specific?
Currently hunting down a few blighters.
Are you a bounty hunter, adventurer?
Bounty hunter.
The guards all kind of look at each other and smile. Oh, bounty hunter. Oh, there's food in their mouth, like not being polite, just disgusting. Like one like spits out like a potato onto the table by accident. Just my bro. Bounty hunter, huh? You must have a lot of money on you, big guy.
Corvis's hand suddenly go to his sword's pommel, just in case. Says, because someone's a god does not mean anything.
So, how about this, right? If you pay us the next round of drinks, we'll go ahead and we'll write a little contract here. We have a notary, right? James, and like pull like this guy behind the booth, this like scrawny little guy who was just trying to like order, like enjoy his meal, his drink, and obviously was doing like paperwork for the town. He's like pulled over into the booth, and you see him. He's like a human, bald. Yes. James, we need a little contract. If he buys his drinks tomorrow or right now, whenever, one of us will help kind of guide him wherever he needs to go around the town, and then whatever he needs. He kind of just like waves his hand. He needs the information. James looks so uncomfortable. He looks so shocked. He looks so like probably as shocked as you are, Corvis, that they just dragged this man over to his booth. He seems to be equally as shocked that he was dragged into this booth. And he goes like, sorry that they're normally not like this. They're really good men. They're in a good mood today. He like gestures to one of the guards. Like he's had a kid. How can I help? Like if you want, you don't have to do a contract. If you buy them a round of drinks, I'll keep them to their word. Is there anything I can help you with? I'm not as drunk.
Yeah, I was seeing if anyone knows anything about a blighters in the area.
Blighters. Yeah. Oh, God. For a while, we had like a quest board on there. And it was coming from a very, very, like, high-end client, but then it was taken. Let me see. They were offering quite a bit of gold, too. But that's besides the point. What do you need to know about them? Like their names? Do you need, I don't think they passed through here, but I mean, if they're going towards where I assume they would go by, probably Roseway.
Roseway, you said?
Yeah, I mean, that's like the biggest town, so if they're gonna like try to hide through, like Underwood would be good if they're gonna like say sleep under the area, but we're pretty protective of our people. And like I said, the guards, he like looks at them like I know they're drunk right now, but they're really good at their job normally. They're very protective, and like even now there's the other round of guards who aren't these guys are out patrolling right now, and if you'd see they keep this place is a lot more secure than it looks.
I can see that. Most small villages tend to be more protected than a lot of people think they are.
Exactly. He kind of gestures southernly, kind of like waves his hand. I don't know if you noticed them, but there's 2 guard towers up there. We actually have druids. No, not necessarily druids. They're like druids in training. We sent them over to Roseway, and we talked to let me get her name. Miss Madame by Miss Mabel. She's the druid who runs that town. I don't know if you happen to heard the story of Roseway, but I don't know much either. But overall, basically, Miss Mabel like took it over because she had such a great like reforestation idea that would have saved money. Blah blah blah. She became like a mayor. But she also started to kind of teach people kind of shamanistic, druidic tendencies. So our two people up there are actually druids. They can minorly transform to look the other guards of as their birds, or they can use entangle. They're great marksmen with their bows. Like we're like it's. I doubt a criminal would come this way. So my best guess would probably be Roseway, because they don't have guard towers really. They don't have patrols. They're a little more loose, and they're known to be loose. Very kind of shudders, hippie-esque.
He's not knowing.
You're telling me.
You said you had more info directly on the blighters, names, the leader's face, etc.
Yes. I have a bit of the info. If you happen to have your contract, it wouldn't really be much more than that. But let me see. They did give a bit more detail to the actual people who give the contracts. Just to, it's more like it's less info like tactical use. It's more just like what if I he like gestures himself were to say set out bounty hunters, gestures to you. I would use this information to try to see if I would want to set certain people out. So with this, not really. He kind of like tries to tamper your expectation. Like, don't expect to be like super tactical or anything. But in general, it's Brix Longston, the leader that you know. He has blighters and is also known to be a pyromaniac. So fire everywhere, lots of fire. He is known with Marcus Sorelli, the ex kind of prince of or lord of one of the northern kind of like realms. He's known to be a fire, or at least a bit of an apprentice fire pyromancer, and that's Brix's like main fire guy. Besides that, we got Lynn, who is like his girlfriend, and he like hands you a picture of a half elf with a very rare tendency of raven hair, with very light kind of purplish eyes, almost looking as if she has drow heritage, but she herself is not outright a drow. Lynn is his girlfriend. I don't know if you happen to see her or like see her face, you might be able to like follow her to lead you there. But other than that, that's just kind of like the general names and info. I mean, other than that, they have like mostly blighters, is from what I can like the client could tell. Mostly blighters, people who deal with poison. Whether it be a martial guy that uses axes to chop trees, or a wizard who purposely uses like necrotic magic to kill trees and hits the roots themselves to kill as many as they can. Like that kind of blighters, and maybe one or two other pyros. But other than that, it's mostly just Marcus is the main fire guy.
Gotcha. Thanks for that. With that, Corvis grabs a 2 silver and hand it to James for the info.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Look, if you need anything, just let me know. My name is James. You can find me. He kind of gestures like directly next door. He's like, yeah, directly next door. My little tent for my business. It's mostly built. It's just I like the look of the tent personally, so I haven't really removed it yet. But yeah, if you go there, I'm the like kind of just paper guy and business guy of this area. I hear some information, but I don't know. I tend to be more the information for the information kind of guy.
Gotcha. Thanks for that info, anyways.
Yeah. No problem. Anyways, I need to get back to work, and the guy's like, "Oh, James, you fucking workaholic, you son of a bitch!" You like sock him in the arm, and he's like, "Ow, stop, leave me alone." Ah, God. Okay. Anyway, good luck, sir. And he gets up and sits down, and on his booth again, but moves over one booth so he can try to like study in peace.
Corvis gets up as well. Gives the guards a somewhat disgusted look, especially at the potatoes still on the table.
Oh yeah, it's like slobber covered, it's wet.
Nasty. And then walks over to where Amleth is.
Amleth, the breakdancing competition is over. The dwarf smoked this guy. And at that point, he's like looking around like, whoo! Hi! God, if someone could buy this good old dwarf a drink, I would love a good... I'm feeling thirsty. Any good lass wants to buy this handsome mug a drink.
I've got a drink for you, buddy.
I mean, thank you, sir. He like takes it, starts like chugging it, and like finishes it in one drink. But he's like, but I'm not gonna flirt with you, no offense.
No need for that. In fact, I have a completely different topic to talk about.
Ah, well, you bought me a drink. I think the least I can do is help.
We're looking for a group of people. Whites. Leader is named Bricks. I'm told you're Rocky.
That's me. Rocco.
Great. What I need is information on these people, where they are, what they can do, everything that you can tell me.
Alright, let's see. Let me see. You know, you bring up blighters. It's interesting. The other day, I was doing an escort. You know, bringing a just fine lass right over to the edge of the Choltian docks on there through the swamp. So she headed Cholt. Fine tiefling with lovely blue skin, and I think she comes from his lord's daughter. But that's besides the point. Is when I was there, we were walking through, and you know, normally there's this patch that has like nothing there, yeah? But I swears, kind of like hidden among the trees, there's this like hut, and it's pretty hidden. It's not like out in the open or nothing. It's like behind it. It's a massive fucking tree. It's a massive willow tree, and it's like the biggest willow tree you'll ever see. They hide behind that, almost like inside it, to the inside. And everywhere around it, the trees are like dying. It's weird. It's like necromancy. Not like fire. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's scorch marks, right? There's fire, but like normally blighters like to burn for us, do stuff like that. This one seems to have some necromancy tendencies. As I swears I saw a tree move. I swears. It would look like all decrepit, like a zombie almost. Yes. But that's kind of it. Let me see. You can like me like show him the contract. You see like the name Bricks and all like it's like short man description. It's like yeah. Elf, huh? Yeah. Probably something that Roseway, that hippy dippy fucking place. Probably more likely to have that something an elf would feel more comfortable going through. Something they can feel more natural. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe
They're close to the Roseway.
probably close to the Roseway. Yeah. If I was used, right, alright, and I swear to this information, is that if I was used, I would start from Roseway and head into the swamp from there. That might take away an encounter or two, a time or two for you.
Anything you can tell me about the leader?
Let me see. Kind of like strokes his beard that's currently like tied up, and almost like a sports bun on his chin. Not really. I think that's most of the information. I would definitely be careful if you go take him on. That willow tree, it looks dying and decrepit, and something feels awful about it.
Alright. Enjoy your drink.
I thank you, I did. And you look down, he's already finished. And at this point, he's like turned in to go to like a very beautiful human lady with like big, strong build and red hair. He's like, oh, that's my kind of lass. Hey, you want to buy a sexy dwarf a drink? And if you like that video and like to see more content, please drop a like and subscribe to Wolfer28, or give us a follow and a rating on both Spotify and iTunes as Bardic Logs. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you next time.